courses.
Oh, it's not even the same. This is a gold one. This is the gold one. That's a green. Okay, look at this. Like, look at this. This is a gold. This is actually what you're seeing. This is a gold. That one is a green.
I was brought up on the south coast of England in a place called Hastings. I got into the drum and bass scene from a DJ perspective at first when I was around 18 years old, just through friends that were already mixing sort of, and kind of learnt off the back end of them. And yeah, I mean they were some really talented guys, and fortunately sort of taught me as best as they could. And you know, the rest is history in regards to the DJing side of things. Kind of progressed on from there.
Nice.
When I was probably maybe like 16, 17, I used to work doing like plastering on building sites, and I was just relentlessly lazy. If I'm honest, every week I'd have at least like one day off a week at work, and it started off as like an on-site nickname, and yeah, just oh, Sicknote's not here again today, sort of thing, and then yeah, and obviously when I started moving into the music side of things, and that it was just it's a nickname I already had, and it kind of just it suited the agenda, you know. So we just rolled with that, and here we are. So Hastings is a good little town. It's right on the coast, sort of typical English seaside town. Yeah, my childhood was all right. It was all right. So, you know, I was a bit of a troublemaker as a teenager, as were, you know, most of my peers at the time. You know, it's just part of growing up, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. But yeah, man, it's my home. It's my home, and I have a love for the town still. So from a child, really, my first sort of you know, experience with rave culture or music as such was when I was young. I was probably maybe 6 or 7 years old, and both my parents were like not your like stereotypical parents. They both used to like go out raving a lot, and yeah, like I'd you know, my dad would be listening to like Prodigy in the house quite a lot. And
good taste by the sound.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
I like the guy if I met him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so yeah, that was probably my real first interaction with, like, you know, rave culture or music as such. Yeah, just that they had great taste in music.
Yeah, it's wicked. It runs in the family.
Yeah, that's it. So honestly, just the first sort of times really listening to drum and bass would have been mid-teens. Just me and the boys would get together and we'd smoke, and we'd be listening to like Heat tape packs, AWOL, you know, like One Nation, all them sort of, you know, iconic raves.
Yes.
And that was really the first drum and bass sort of, like, when it really sort of started grabbing hold of me, you know. Mm-hmm. And then as I said previously, when the opportunity arose, when I, you know, became friends with a group of like people that were already mixing and MCing, etc. It kind of gave me the opportunity to you know, try my hand to it myself, and yeah, fortunately I picked it up pretty quickly. The town I come from honestly it's a weird town. It's so talented, it's unreal. There's so many guys from the town that are absolutely incredible DJs. There's a few amazing MCs and that, and it's just a case of, you know, like, talent's talent, right? Everyone's talented, like, but, you know, like, you need that there is an element of luck involved in regards to, you know, being seen or having someone approach you. You know, you can have all the talent in the world, but if the right eyes don't see you as such, you know.
True.
And I feel like the town I come from, there's 5, maybe 10 sort of like world-class headliner talented people there, that it's just, you know, that's just how it is. It's just, you know. Hastings is renowned as one of the hubs, one of the original hubs for drum and bass in the south of England. Hastings Pier is iconic, and I'm a little bit too young myself to have experienced it. Like the rave culture, and we had the big ballroom on the end of the pier. It was home to some crazy raves like Heat, MC Convention, like some really, you know, like standard iconic sort of old school raves. But I mean, the guys that sort of the people that I looked up to in the scene have, as I got older and matured as an artist, obviously gained closer relationships with a lot of them, and it's one of the first things that most of them sort of spoke to me about really in depth, like when we come to know each other and start speaking, like, you know, outside of work life. There's, oh yeah, Hastings Pier, da da da, you know, like, and it's everyone that I looked up to as such, like they always so much love for the town, and specifically like the raves that were on the pier. Big promoters would come in from out of town to run the events on the pier. But again, there's some like local promoters that were like not putting on like huge raves, but you know, like 2, 3, 4 headliners, and then you know your local support artists. You'll see the scene was healthy for a long time in Hastings, a very long time, and it died down a little bit, and then by all accounts it's you know, it's moving back in the right direction now. There's multiple promoters putting on shows regularly, and they all seem to be thriving.
Nice, big up Hastings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turn up that mic. If you love drum and bass, say we do. Do you love drum and bass? We do. Pull up that, yes, Sicknote, TLP. Higher level in the building tonight. Listen. I want to big up my T, the old crew. Big up LA, Caddy Cat. Big up the ladies, any sexy ladies, scream. All the rude boys, somebody say hey. All right, listen.
To be honest with you, it's I think it's just a case of knowing your audience. I don't get sort of pigeonholed into one sort of subgenre of drum and bass. I play pretty much across the board, so like when I play internationally and I headline sort of strictly by myself, I enjoy them bookings because it gives me the freedom to play not necessarily all of what I want to play, because I still cater to who I'm playing to as such, but it gives me a little bit more freedom to play what I want. Whereas obviously, you know, like in England, if you're playing for X or Y or Z, you know what the agenda is, if you want to call it that, right. or the direction or subgenre of the music that you know what you're there to play, pretty much. With drum and bass, I feel like it's the scene's almost like a community, you know, like it's I mean, you come to a city like Toronto, for example. I mean, I've been coming out here since I think maybe 2011. I think was the first time I headlined a big show out here, and it's crazy to see that I'll come here now, sort of like, you know, what year are we now? 2023. Come here like, you know, 12, 13 years later, and there's still faces now that I see from back then. And I feel like the thing is with drum and bass is like, if you like drum and bass, you like drum and bass, and it's not a fad. Like when you're in it for life, so to speak. As cheesy as that sounds, it just is.
That's true.
Yeah, and drum and bass is very the crowds and even the artists. It's very sort of, it has a community feel to it, you know. Like you step into a rave and you see people. And you don't really know them, but you know them. Like, you know what it's like on social media these days. You know, like you know 1,000 people, and you don't really know them. Right. But when you see them, it's you know, like you have a sense of, you know, feeling comfortable. Everyone, you know, like it is almost like you're stepping into a room full of friends. You know. Yeah. I mean, you see me here God knows how often, and honestly, like Toronto as a city now is it literally is like, well, I would say a home from home, but I mean, I've probably spent more time here in the last year than I have in the UK, so I'd say England's the home from home now. But I'm a dad to 3 children. I've got 2 boys and a girl, Ellie, Ashton and Frankie, 10, 12 and 14 years old. Fortunately, they're you know, like, they've grown up with me being here, there and everywhere, right? So it's it sucks sometimes being away from them, and yeah, it really does suck sometimes being away from them. And I hope that they understand that I'm just trying to build something for myself and for them.
Anything you want to say to them now while you're on the mic?
On camera.
I love you all. I'm Frankenstein. Stop using Daddy's card to buy V-Bucks.
You heard the man.
That's it. Kenny.
And as I mentioned higher level, I want to pick up all the higher level gangs. Multi-Yardy, pick up Storm and Swifter. Multi-Shadow, anyway you're there.
I don't think I've ever really changed my style as to how I play and mix. I've always had a very aggressive, I guess, style of mixing. I like to play 3 decks, sometimes 4, and I like to sort of, you know, I don't get them in and out quickly, but I like to get them in quickly and switch between, you know, so if I kind of try and make sure that I've always got 2 tunes constantly rolling. I mean, my preference into what I play has changed multiple times over the years. I still always find myself getting drawn back into playing old school, though. Which ironically, you know, like the iconic years from sort of like 95 to 2002 is probably my favourite sort of genre.
As with most of us.
Yeah, that's it. But you know, with time things move on and that, and I am slowly starting to leave that in the past. You know, unless it's, you know, booked specifically for that type of set, you know, but
What do you want?
you just can't. Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I play right away across the board.
Yeah.
This weekend I'm even doing a sort of like a liquid set, playing at a festival up in Midland, Ontario.
Cool.
So, which is cool. It gives me an opportunity to play something I wouldn't normally play. It's predominantly going to be a house crowd there, so I figured, you know, like the vocal things are probably going to be what's going to suit the crowd for them more than what I'd usually play. I've been, you know, a fair few places around the world with this, and for the most part, it's you know, same vibes, different faces to a certain extent. There's a couple of places in Europe that aren't quite on that level, but with the friendly vibes. But you know, that's you know, cultural more than anything. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't really changed me too much. I feel super fortunate to be able to do what I do, nice. And then, like I said, it's been going on a long time, and I've had some, you know, some crazy life experiences from it, and I wouldn't have experienced half the things I've done in my life if it wasn't for drum and bass. I mean, Toronto's always been a huge part of my career, if you want to call it that. Like always from day dot. I mean, if I'm going to be blunt about it, I mean, them guys back in 2011, I believe it was, I got my first I'm going to say big break, if you want to call it that, but like I got my first, you know, real headliner slot abroad, alongside Nicky Black Market and Shabba, and that was for Rather Rude back in 2011. And I mean, for me, personally, I think that sort of that catapulted me over this side of the water anyway. Definitely put me on the map over here. And you know, I've been reaping the rewards of that since, and I'll, you know, Jason and Shane from Rather Rude, I'll appreciate that sort of, you know, forever moving forward. Them guys showed me love when I think I was probably like 22 years old back then. So for them guys to fly me out, you know, and that was new to me at that point there, to be flown out and paid wages and looked after as such, you know, like that was all new to me back then. So yeah, they're good guys. For me myself, I see a lot of mixed reviews. People, everyone's got an opinion online. For me personally, I'm loving the direction that it's moving in right now. We've got to a point where you've got insanely big artists like Tiesto and David Guetta, etc. And these guys are playing drum and bass in festivals in front of 10,000-15,000 people or some crazy numbers, and you've got your purists that are seeing that as a negative. I like to take a positive spin on it and think that like these guys, all right, yeah, cool. They might be seeing it as the new in thing to see it as a cash cow, etc. But ultimately, these guys are now like they're pushing drum and bass to a crowd that wouldn't normally necessarily listen to drum and bass, and to push it to bigger numbers and new like a new group of people. I don't see it being anything other than positive. Playing festivals is great, but I would probably choose, obviously, it's amazing to play festivals, big sound systems and stuff like that. But for me, if you play a smaller venue to, a smaller 400-person venue that's filled, for me, that's a vibe. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather play to a packed smaller room than a half-filled big room, if that makes sense. Yeah, so at the moment I'm just trying to diversify sort of what I'm doing rather than just being just an artist. I'm trying to sort of dabble into a little bit promoting, and just I spend a lot of time out in this city, and I'm trying to sort of put my own stamp on the promotional front, but incorporating the everyone. I'm not trying to make it a UK thing. I'm trying to make it an us thing, a Toronto City thing. I'm trying to bring in I just launched the Sound Clash series the other week, and I mean the first one of that was last Friday, and that was really successful. Managed to bring in, you guys were there, right? So managed to bring in sort of crews from outside of the city, some of the best crews from within the city, and that's going to be a series of events moving forward. I'm also collaborating with CCD&B, where we're going to bring something different to the table, and we're doing like a sort of daytime parties through the summer, cook off type thing. Not cook off, that's the wrong way to say it. Like a day party with food, and just do something a little bit different, like more of a chilled, relaxed vibe. But with it being with CCD&B, again, it's going to be exclusively with Canadian artists, and I mean there's lots of other things. I've got some collaborations coming in regards to production, and my own individual projects in the works as well. But I'm trying to sort of take a step back, not completely, but I've got a good little catalogue behind me now that's is waiting to come out, and that. And I think for the summer I just want to branch out into fingers into other pies, so to speak, while still maintaining where I'm at,
Exactly, right? And then the owner of the bar was like, that was quick. That was so quick.
Stone oven.
Yeah.
Nice. Wood or stone oven?
Sorry?
Is there wood? Wood oven?
I'm reading.
Oh, right there in front of him. I didn't even know.
So
45 seconds to make that pizza. That's how it should be done. You have to be 4 years to be to make pizzas in Italy. 4-year apprentice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they made it in 45 seconds. Well, it's a style.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So I had like one tequila. And then